Well, we're still in the midst of autumn, and Thanksgiving is approaching, and we want to make the most of all the beautiful fall decorations that are at our fingertips, right?
That's exactly right. And what we're going to be doing is we're doing window boxes that we're going to be putting on the front of the house and on the studio. But we're going to be using materials that as it gets cooler, they're going to be okay, because we are going to get frosts, we are going to get freezes. So we want things that are going to hold up for that.
Great.
Now, the first thing that we're going to be using is these are little holly bushes.
Oh, cute.
And these, believe it or not, are a member of the blue holly family, and they're called scallywags.
I love it.
Not sure why, but anyway, they're going to get eventually about 3 foot wide, about 3 foot tall.
Okay.
So they are a nice small shrub to fit in. But by using these as the base of our fall one, when we want to switch it over to Christmas, all we have to do is pull out the pumpkins and things, and we have these holly
Nice.
bushes, and they're going to last all winter long in the container.
Perfect.
But because we're putting shrubs in, we can't just use our container mix. We need something that's a little bit heavier, that's
Okay.
going to give them a little bit more.
All right.
So one of the things I use in the blend that I'm going to use right now is a raised bed mix. The other thing we're going to add into it is land and sea compost. Now you can use any type of compost that you have. I particularly like land and sea. I found that the consistency of it is really good, and it seems to just work really well.
Okay.
So what I did was I used 2/3 of the raised bed mix and 1/3 of the compost.
Okay.
So we're just going to pop these out of the can, and we'll take those and set them. I want to keep the good side to the front. There we go. And we'll put the other guy in there, and that one can go right like that.
Okay.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is, again, add some more of our soil. You notice that we didn't put any slow release fertilizer, any soil moisture, anything like that in. We don't need any of that right now. The only thing we're going to add to the top of it is a little bit of biotone.
Okay.
Biotone is a rooting fertilizer.
Oh, all right.
This is the only time you have to use it, is when we're planting. It doesn't get used any other time of the year, but we're just going to put a couple handfuls in there, and this is really for the benefit of the hollies.
So you're ready for the cabbage, Keith?
Yes, we are. I'm going to let you put the one in. You're going to put one in right here, so it's almost up in that corner.
All right.
And I'm going to put one in over at this end. And the nice thing about that is, with the cabbage and kale, they can take a frost. And as it gets cooler, those colors in the center get brighter and darker.
They're gorgeous.
So now we're going to add, again, a little more soil. I'm going to give you some to put in around yours so that they're really tucked in well, because they are going to go through the winter in here. Now what we're going to do is, I have a cornucopia here.
I love
or a horn of plenty.
Right.
Yep. So we put a little bit of chicken wire right here. We're going to do something when we get out front, and we're going to put the cornucopia right here into the planter. And I'm going with the zip tie right through the chicken wire that came into the cornucopia, so that it holds everything together.
Want it secure so the wind doesn't blow it out.
Right. And now I have some Spanish moss, and we're just going to cover that chicken wire with it, just so that we don't have any of our mechanics showing.
Right.
I think for the rest of it, what we're going to do is carry this out by the studio. We'll hang it on there, and then we can finish decorating it.
Great. Well, Keith, the box is up, and we have a whole collection of beautiful gourds and pumpkins.
All right, so if you'd hand me the green and white one first, I'm going to put that in here.
All right.
What we want to do is try to break up a little bit of all of the plants that are in here. So I'll take the orange one next.
All right.
That's going to go down in the end here, and I'm trying to put the bigger pumpkins right beside the kale, because they really show up. Now this flatter one, I'm going to put that guy right inside of the cornucopia.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
All right.
Perfect.
Now I think what I need is some of those berry branches.
Okay.
We're just going to stick some of these right in around where we did that chicken wire in the cornucopia, because they can hook into that and just sort of cascade down over the edge of our cornucopia. Now, if you want to hand me some of the broom corn, what I'm going to do with that is I'm actually going to cut that down some, but I'm going to leave the leaves on it. I really like the way the leaves look.
I do too.
They're
like wispy.
Yeah, and they add a lot to it. Now on this one, which we have an extra leaf, I'll cut it here and I'll cut it there, and then we can use the leaf by itself. And again, it just adds some extra character to it. I want to try to make sure when I'm putting them in though that I miss the holly root balls. Okay. I don't mind if I go through the cabbage and kale since they're an annual, but the holly bushes, since we're just planting those in there fresh and we want to use them next year in the garden, I do want to try to keep those from having any of these stems going through them.
Well, Keith, I have a bunch of gourds here for you.
Yeah, and it's nice to have the smaller little gourds to work in because they can fill in around the front. They give you a lot of color, and it's just nice to add those in to fill in. This would be actually in a summer planter. This would be where we would be putting like our trailing plants or something like that.
Right.
But right now we're just going to work those gourds in. And just like that, we've created a Thanksgiving window box.
Beautiful.
With the holly bushes in it, which all we'll need to do is take out the pumpkins, gourds, and the broom corn. We'll add in some other greens, some ribbons, and it's going to be ready to go for the Christmas and winter season.
I love it. It's a 2-for-1. It looks beautiful. It's elegant and classy, as all of the things that you show for us are just over the top gorgeous.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Keith, for having us today, and I wish you and yours a very happy Thanksgiving.
And you too.
Thanks, Keith.